From Adam Schefter. Cowboys are trading three-time All-Pro linebacker Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
Parsons and the Packers already have reached agreement on a 4-year, $188 million contract. He'll receive $62 million in the first new year of the deal. $120 million fully guaranteed.
Holy crap. I'll tell you, I don't love it from the Packers. I don't. I told you, I would not pay these singular defensive players like an NFL quarterback. I would not. I don't think they bring nearly the same kind of value to your team. Now, the cap doesn't matter, but money does. And even though they're a nonprofit, there's only so much money. And I will say, when you get to those kind of numbers, give it to me again, the contract number.
It is 120 fully guaranteed. 62 million in the first new year of the deal. 120 million fully guaranteed. A total of 136 million guaranteed.
Over how many years?
Stand by here.
4.
Yeah, there you go. 4.
And the total money not guaranteed is what? For what?
I'll just read it to you again. Parsons, the Packers already have reached agreement on a 4-year, $188 million contract.
Thank you. 4 and 188. Boy, that's a whopper.
I love it for Green Bay.
Listen, it's exciting. It's exciting, but I don't believe in paying defensive players like that. I told you I wouldn't give Myles Garrett that contract if I were the Browns. I remember the Khalil Mack contract. Was that in Chicago? It's like they don't. I remember it was Khalil Mack. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't remember. Did he go from Chicago to
San Diego?
No, Raiders, wasn't it? The other way.
Was it Chicago to the Raiders? There was a year there where the Bears, I thought, sent 2 first-round picks and gave Khalil Mack like a quarterback contract. And neat, he ran around, he made some sacks, and the Bears' defense was great. And the Packers beat him twice a year because they had quarterbacks. And it's sort of like, okay, neat, Myles Garrett is an absolute force of nature. I got you. But they have no quarterback and no passing. So the Green Bay does. I just want to be consistent. I told you this before. When the Patriots were, the question was, should the Patriots get on Micah Parsons? Should the Patriots get in on Hendrickson? Should the Patriots get on these guys? I said, no. I'm saving my bullets for offensive players, not those defensive players. So I feel the same way about it with Green Bay. I fun watching them. I'm excited. But it wouldn't be my first priority.
I love it for the Packers.
Why?
Because, again, what was their pass rush like at the end of last season? Wasn't it deteriorating? Didn't they let go of the 2 Smiths a couple of years ago?
Yes, they're gone.
And they haven't been the same ever since. So
they kept one, and Zadarius was gone. So I can't remember what happened to Preston. Is he gone too now? I can't remember.
I think they're both gone. And they're like, I love the idea of adding a guy like that. That look, in that conference with with the offense that they have and the offensive mind that they have, getting an impact defensive player on the Packers. So here's one thing I'll give Dallas credit for, because you don't see this all that often anymore because teams have no balls. They're ballless. Dallas obviously wasn't eager to get him out of the conference. Most teams say, well, we're going to take a guy like that. I'm going to trade him to the other conference.
100%.
Dallas did not do that. They traded him to Green Bay, so good for Dallas. But I think I can't predict. I understand the money. I can't predict whether or not he's going to play. In other words, is he going to give it his all or is he going to cash out? But the impact player on that roster, it could win Green Bay a Super Bowl.
Jim, what did the Packers give up? Did you say it? I'm sorry, did I miss it?
That part I haven't seen.
No, I haven't seen that either. I was looking for that too.
I'm with Mazz. I think this is great. And they were just looking last year at the sack leaders for Green Bay. It was Rashawn Gary who had 7.5. Parsons had 12. He averages
we drafted
12 or
this
13 a year.
Defensive end from Iowa, I want to say, Van Ness, who's just a guy. Just so average.
They needed a guy like this.
This dude's 26. He's a game wrecker. You saw the Eagles just won a Super Bowl with defense. And I get it. It's probably an overpay, but this is the going rate now. If I were you, I would love this.
It's fun. And the fanboy is like, yeah. But I don't believe in paying defensive players like that. And I know the cap is crap and all that. Yes, I know. It's just I'm just telling you the same. Unlike you, I say the same thing whether he's on my team or not on my team. The contract worries me, and the whole philosophy of paying a guy like that, I don't believe in. But it's pretty badass. What I do like is the Packers have, ever since Reggie White, they've been good for one of these every so often, where they are a huge draft and develop team. They never really splurge in free agency at all. But every once in a while, they come off the top rope. And it started with Reggie White. And why am I blanking on the name of the defensive end who had all those great years in Carolina? Peppers.
Julius Peppers.
Julius Peppers.
Oh, that's right. They did get him. Yeah,
they had Julius Peppers, and they should have gone to the Super Bowl one of his years. That was the year they couldn't field the onside kick in Seattle. That was 2014.
They got Charles Woodson that one year.
Charles Woodson, Julius Peppers, Reggie White, Micah Parsons. Every once in a while, they just come over the top and pull one of these.
And Woodson's on that team they won in 2010.
That's the
right?
one they won.
Yeah.
That's the year they won. He got hurt in the first quarter of that Super Bowl, but he was huge for that team.
Packers in Dallas on Sunday Night Football, Week 4, by the way, September 28th. That's pretty cool.
Here's the other thing. I was looking at this because I was curious. Green Bay last year, I think they went 0-4 against the Vikings and the Lions. And you have you have a good offensive coach in Minnesota. Obviously, Detroit has been a prolific offense in the league. You got to get to the quarterback in that division now. I love it for Green Bay. Love it.
So this beat writer...
Oh, that division is awesome.
The division's tremendous.
Awesome.
Beat writer for The Athletic that covers the Packers, Matt Schneiderman, just said, and this is vague, but source, the Packers are trading at least 2 first-rounders to the Cowboys for Parsons.
Wow. That is like... all in.
Wow, they went 0-4 against those two teams. And they even lost to the Bears once. Wow, they sucked in the division last year, huh?
Yes.
1-5?
Yes.
Oh, that blows.
Yes. Thank you, Mazz.
You lost to the freaking Bears?
We lost to the Bears.
Wow, your team sucks.
I wouldn't say that. I don't know. Were we 11? Did we win 10 or 11 games?
I'm joking.
But
you went 11-6 and 1-5 in the division?
Yeah, what does that tell you?
Oh.
Well, so like the thing I like is that they're doing something about it.
Yes, definitely. This is a good move.
You know, they don't just sit there and
strapping it on, going getting them. I love it.
Micah Parsons to the Packers.
Love it.
And I agree with you. The thing I like from the Dallas side is they didn't ship him to the AFC because we don't want him in our hair.
Yeah, right.
Like that is I think one of the most misguided things. To take less because you don't like the PR quotient is such chicken bleep, such weak ass management. If you don't believe in the player, which you don't because you don't want to pay him, then send him to who gives you the best. Don't worry about where he goes or how it looks. Worry about getting the best return. One of my favorite things that Belichick ever did was trading Bledsoe to the Bills. Yeah, they're going to give us, you take this guy. I'm not worried about him. We'll beat him twice a year, even though you didn't. You know, the first year he beat you. Or the in 03 anyway, the Lawyer Malloy game. Anyway, so there's that. Should the Patriots have done this? 2 first-round picks and $40 million a year, whatever that is?
No. I mean, we're talking about like an offensive player. If this was, say Jamar Chase, hypothetically speaking, then yes. But no, not for Micah Parsons, not for the Patriots.
I mean, look, I don't love where they are, but they can't give up the draft, especially because on defense they're okay. Again, as Murray said, if it's an offensive player, I would think about it. But I'm going to predict right now he wins Defensive Player of the Year.
Mazz, circling back to how we started the show, if we may. So you had the Cowboys as one of the 4 teams that sucked last year.
Yes, now out.
The playoffs. Okay.
Now out.
Because they had 54 sacks as a team last year. 52 sacks. That was 3rd in the NFL. So that number is definitely going to come down.
So if I were a Cowboys fan, I'd be pissed.
You should be.
I'd be pissed all because what? Because Jerry Jones does. So you draft a guy, he hits. He's a freaking stud. And where did they get him? They got him at like number 10.
I thought it was 7.
So
maybe you're right.
Whatever it was somewhere in that area because I remember thinking he could get to the Patriots. That was the year they drafted Mac Jones, I think. So you're the Cowboys. You hit on the pick. He turns into a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. And then the Dallas Cowboys won't pay him when they're worth $10 billion?
Just being a Dallas sports fan in general. You've now lost this guy, Luka Doncic, and what do you get back? Brian Schottenheimer is the coach of this team, and Cooper Flagg. Yeah, like, ugh.
Parsons was 12th.
Yeah, because I remember there was a chance he was going to slide to the Patriots. Because they ended up taking Jones at 15 or something?
Yes, sir.
So he didn't go till later. That was a freaking grand slam for a draft pick. They nailed it. And they're letting him walk. Well, I say walk, but they're trading him. That's weak for that franchise. That is weak.
Yeah. So now John McClain, longtime NFL reporter, said the Packers are trading. It is 2 first-round picks. It's just so that other guy said at least. So it's 2 first-round picks. That's what's going back.
Okay. Well, that's a big one.
That's a real blockbuster trade. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. And those two, they're kind of rivals. It's not just NFC. They've butted heads in the past. They have kind of a long history.
Well, if you watched, I mentioned on the off-air show, this new documentary, this 8-part series of the Cowboys on Netflix.
Did they get into the 95 NFC title game when we almost went in there and beat them?
Yes, they get into that.
It was a great game.
But Jerry Jones talks about this most recent one where the Packers went in there when they ended up going to the NFC title game against the Niners as the most devastating loss in franchise history. Like, it shows him crying in the box. They got their ass kicked in that
pissed
game.
all over them.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, yeah, that was a complete blowout. They put like 48 up on them.
It's tremendous.